Starting now. Okay, excellent. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to this time. Well, welcome back to Single Pivot. I'm your host, Julinho. Let me get the intro correct. Welcome back to Single Pivot. My name is Julinho. I'll be your host today. And then my beloved guest, Syed, is in the building. How are you doing, Syed?
I mean, how are we doing? We're doing.
How's life? How's your health? How's your job?
Health and life is good.
Okay.
But
footballing-wise, lots.
Footballing-wise, I saw a Brazilian meme. It's like a guy posting. The guy posted something like, "Now I know why women have trouble trusting men. I trusted 11 of them. Now I'm in therapy." So that's the reason. I mean, yeah.
You would wonder why you would trust those 11 men to begin with, but it's just
it's a human nature,
the natural order of things. You always give the benefit of the doubt, and you always position yourself to get your heart broken multiple times, and even when the facts are in front of you, you still look the other way because heart always wins.
Yeah.
Lots of broken hearts today, lots to discuss. As we move on thick and fast, I mean, the teams are already qualifying into the quarterfinals, right? So we have the round of 16 and round of 8 to go through. So we'll start with the most recent games, and then if we need to, we'll probably discuss some of the games just before that, but by teams basically, because otherwise we're going to run out of time. So from the rounds of 8 that just went through, I would like to start with what I think. I mean, the Paraguay-Germany game, that was an upset, Germany losing, but I think the biggest upset so far would be Brazil getting knocked out by Norway. So I'm thinking of talking about that one first because there's lots of discussions both on the media outlets, online, even our group chats discussing, whose fault is it or who fell short, if anybody. So you being a great, big Brazil fan of the big old, good old days.
2016.
I'll lots to discuss here, but I'll give you the floor. Tell me, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I know people are calling it an upset, but it's because of Brazil's history. But on form and everything, and especially Brazil's form with Norway, is it really an upset? It was not impossible or anything. Maybe Brazil might have been slightly favored how they arrived, but I wouldn't say they were outright favored. If you take the emotion out, for example, the only reason maybe people I gave them a little bit more favorites for this game was because of because of our I guess our reverence for Carlo Ancelotti and Brazil's. But if you think about it, since they won the World Cup, they've lost to every European team they come across in the knockout rounds.
In the last 6, I saw that the last 6 World Cups, right?
They couldn't beat any European team. The closest they came was, I think, last World Cup with Croatia,
right?
Which they should have won. Lots of missed chances. Belgium just killed them in the first 10-15 minutes, but even that one, they had a lot of chances, 2018. And Netherlands, they shot themselves in the foot. The only 2 games that they got actually truly dominated was by Zidane's France and Germany 7-1, right? But mentally or whatever reason, they cannot get through the European teams in the round of 16. Sorry, in the knockout stages. So that's one thing. The other thing is they've never beaten Norway.
Another crazy stat.
Yeah, Tore Andre Flows 98 scored in goal. Then of course
the World Cup they won.
No, it's not the World Cup they won. The one that came in second.
Sorry, yes, in between.
They were defending champions, right?
They lost at home to France at home. Yes.
In
Paris. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think around the same time they lost 2 games to Norway. One at friendly, one at the World Cup. So given all that, right, and also how they performed in the qualifiers and everything, yes, I didn't think they were overwhelming favorites for this game, right? Maybe we got a little more optimistic
for this game.
Yeah. I didn't give them overwhelming favorites myself. I was more optimistic because how they came back against a pretty determined, like very good Japan team, and how they kind of like how they played against Morocco, because Morocco turned out to be one of the team giants these days.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah, they got like Morocco played better, but Brazil didn't look like they were carved open or anything. So given all that, I thought they should have. I mean, also if you think about it, Ancelotti actually didn't coach a loss. He coached, like you would say, you could technically say that he coached a win, right?
Yeah. He can't put the ball
in the net, right? He's not in the field. He's not on the field, right? Like
yes.
You get his. Maybe they went with stats. It's sometimes stats. It's not everything. They went with stats with the penalties, so they gave Bruno Guimaraes. So that was the only bad thing I would say. They probably should have given it to your strike. You should always give it to your strikers, right? Like
I think he said Vinicius was not within their top 5.
Yeah.
Picks.
Yeah, Rafinha was injured and Neymar was on the bench. So even after missing the penalty, right, they had a couple of decent chances, and one being like that 1-on-1 with Hendrik. But even then, before Norway scored the second goal, there was everybody was free. Generally, you see Casemiro not hoofing the ball like that, but there he messed up. There was an empty net. All he needed to do is just put the ball there. There was like Neymar, there was somebody else.
Yeah.
Then a couple of missed chances from, I think, Vinicius had pulled a pretty decent save in the first half. Same with Ryan in the second half. They did enough until 60th minute to win that game. But credit to Norway. Yes, Brazil was having more chances, but Norway kind of systematically, slowly taking over the game. Like after Neymar came in, I didn't really see Brazil in the midfield. It was all Norway.
They lost
center
whatever control or glue that they had between the lines, defense, mid, attack.
It was gone. Like Cunha and Ryan. Ryan was kind of invisible the whole game, but he was actually, like, after he went out, you saw that he was doing the defensive work.
He was definitely doing all the grinding, but going forward, he was not.
Oh, there was nothing. Yeah,
non-existent through the right.
All
Vinicius down the left.
Right? The Vinicius had like huffed and puffed. Didn't really get through.
Yes. So the poor penalty though, is that for?
It was a poor penalty. What is this stuttering run up, man? Like I don't get it.
Man, the two things that piss me off in this World Cup. It's the stuttering, like in the penalties. We've seen several failures, right? Like
even Harry Kane, who generally missed their penalty, like he even failed one. Like he was lucky that he could retake.
It's the stuttering and then the passing out from the back. I mean,
we'll talk about that later.
5 minutes ago with the US, like the way they conceded that third goal. So, but yeah, like poor penalty, stuttering. There's a lot of Brazilian fans from I saw online complaining because they look up at Vinicius as their main target, like star player. I know Neymar has all the accolades, but in terms right now, who they expect,
it's Vinicius, right?
Vinicius, and they're upset about Vinicius not taking that penalty. So my question to you, just because you're the best player of the team doesn't mean you're the best penalty taker. But do you think it's a fair? It's fair for them to be upset for Vinicius, their star man. Do they feel like he should have stepped up to the role, even if he missed? At least he would have shown some form of courage. Or are we being unfair and just hold him responsible because he was capable of other goals, right? The goal against Morocco, goals in other games. It's too much. What do you think?
Well, I don't blame him. First of all, I mean, yes, maybe he should have tried, but he's not that kind of player, right? One person should have just done it is, I would say, like Casemiro, because he's a decent penalty taker and he's generally unfazed under pressure. Bruno Guimaraes, good player, very good player. But, playing for Newcastle, I know that, Newcastle has done well, but it's Newcastle, right? It's not someone like Casemiro who's won 3-4 Champions Leagues or something like that. In the finals, he scored in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have, and he also scored penalty shootouts here and there, all the time, right? I've never seen Bruno Guimaraes take penalty. Maybe maybe Newcastle never got penalties to watch the games I were watching. Or last time they got it, Anthony Gordon was taking it. It was not Bruno Guimaraes.
Yes.
Right? So yeah. So I don't know, like, what was the logic behind that? I know that Cunha is a good shooter of the ball, right? So you gotta generally you give penalty to the good shooter of the balls, like Cunha, Vinicius. So I don't know. So Ryan is a goal scorer, so I don't know why he wasn't even in contention. Didn't he score 20 goals for Bournemouth or something like that?
No, that was Scorpio Jr. I think
Jr.
He scored less. But
no, but Ryan was in double digits this year.
But Ryan is like 20, 21.
Oh, that's true. So it should have been Casemiro.
I'm sorry. Like, if it's not Bruno Guimaraes or your second best penalty taker, it has to be Vinicius. Like, come on. Like,
yes, Vinicius. To be honest, like, I know that he's just played for Man United for 1 year, right?
That's Leo. We've heard that one. The question is, would a different midfield, like, because Paqueta missed out on the game, so what
happened to Paqueta? Was he injured or something?
No,
I didn't.
Yeah, he picked up an injury in the game before.
Yeah, I know. He didn't recover.
No, not on time for the game. He was not fit. He was not fit. So, but yeah, like, overall poor. I saw not enough creativity down the middle.
Yeah. We need to talk about how good Norway was, to be honest, at some point.
Yeah. So, like, let's put some light into these guys.
Well, this is poetic justice.
Yes. I mean, if the Premier League battle, you thought it ended, it did not end. It continued on the pitch.
No, I'm saying, like, okay, Gabriel is a very good defender, right? But the whole year, like, Arsenal defenders have gotten away with so much shit. Now that God is punishing them, first with the penalty missed in the final Champions League, then what's it called? And then yesterday, right? Gabriel, like, I know he's a good player, but they did get away with a lot of stuff this year, so it's catching up.
He definitely did not get away with anything.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How
many times have we seen games where Haaland is just kind of not really present? You don't see him, because obviously he hangs around in the box. Sometimes he helps up with the build up, but it's not necessarily like Kane or João Pedro for Chelsea, not strike, or even like Cunha, for example, like, not players that are consistently helping out with the build up. And in this game, when Norway really need it, he comes out with a header against a strong center back, right? Like, but effortless though, from Haaland standards, and then just a lethal strike for that second goal.
The first goal, like, you can't really blame, because I think Gabriel did everything he was supposed to do by textbook. It's because Haaland is Haaland.
Yes.
Right. And Haaland is a world-class striker. Like, there's no doubt. That's the sign of these great players, right? They might be missing all game. That's what you want your gun, like, your forwards to be, like, unfazed. Like, don't get not touching the ball get to you. The moment you get it, that's what the poacher is, like, so that's what basically I was so impressed with Haaland in general. Like, I like him, even though he plays for my rivals. I've always liked Haaland as a player. This year he almost carried Man City, like, on his back, like, it was and he was very, as you said, he was unfazed the whole time. He was chilling. He was not stressed at all.
No, that's the part that's very impressive. Because some players, and especially strikers, because they don't see the ball as often, right?
Right.
Say you go on missing for 15, 20 minutes. By the time you get the ball, you're probably going to be rusty. You're not really warm. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this guy is like, no problem. Like,
he's ready. He was born ready, man.
Like, I think the numbers are starting to become, they're undeniable at this point, right? And whether we like it or not, in terms of goal scoring, like, he's doing this for Norway too. Like, this team has some good players, but, like, as a team,
it's not France or Argentina, is it? Like,
yeah, like, exactly. I don't I didn't see, especially in the first half, I didn't see much. That Nusa guy on the left, he's energetic, but like he has no ball control, especially when he speeds up, right? And then Odegaard, I saw a lot of praise for Martin Odegaard. What do you think of Odegaard's performance?
Well, I mean, Odegaard was just like Odegaard, right? We know Odegaard has a lot of skills and everything, but how many key plays was he involved in, right? I'm just thinking.
He had one key pass all game.
Exactly.
I saw a lot of touching, goal, give ahead, but always like a passive, conservative pass.
He looked busy though.
Especially in the second half, at times there was an opportunity for him to get in between the midfield and the defensive line.
Right.
Clear through. He could get through. It would be a box of players, plenty of room. Even if he doesn't have a pass, at least he could move on to that part of the field. And he wouldn't. As soon as he saw it, just turn around, pass it back. So,
but that's not his. I mean, we blame him, but that's the game he is made to play week in, week out, right?
Well, but is it like because he's doing that for?
You're frozen, Julio.
Oh, hello. Am I back?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
I'm saying, is that him? Is that the system, or is that him? Because we saw him doing that consistently for Arsenal, and now doing it for Norway. I just see a player that's scared.
Maybe that's why, like, because Madrid, you can't be scared. He had the technical skills of any, like, technically, he's really good.
Yes.
I just never saw his technicality. Like, some players, they're technically not as good, but their mentality carries them far away, right? For example, Jude Bellingham, right? One example.
Yeah, we'll talk about him.
We'll talk about it.
Yep.
The mentality is elite. Odegaard, very good skill, like talented, skillful player. But mentality wise, he's not. It doesn't match with his talent, though. That's why he's not a Ballon d'Or contender.
I agree. I think he has an underdog.
Always
second best, not I am the best.
He needs to.
There's a fear that he plays with. Yeah.
The skills he has, like he's very good first touch, like ball control, everything. At some point, he just needs to believe in himself and say, like, I'm here, right? Like he needs to have what Haaland has. Like, just as a pure footballing skill-wise, right? Haaland doesn't have the silky touches and passes that.
No, but he knows what he's good at, and he just.
But Haaland just knows, like, that's this kind of player has so much respect from me. Like, for example, you saw that with all the top players kind of have it. Like last, like Kylian Mbappe has it. Haaland has it. Yeah. If, for example, Mo Salah, like those guys, they have it. Like, Mo Salah, when he dribbles, right, it looks like he's going to fall sometimes, or the touches are not as, like, controlled, but he just does it.
Yes.
Like,
he perseveres. He has
this perseveres. Yeah. He's like, I can do it. And he does it.
He has this delusional, I know what you mean. Like, he has
this,
he
believe in himself.
Belief that he's so much better, and because he perseveres so much,
it
gets them through, and it works out with the numbers as
exactly
odds. They work towards your favor. Yeah, and
you gotta make things happen. Their mentality makes things happen.
Yeah. I don't think he has skills to say dribble. I don't think he has an insane accurate long pass. I think at times he can do the short to midterm through balls, but ball pressing, I'm not too sure he's good under pressure. Like, I know what you mean. Like, he's good guiding and gliding the ball, but so are a lot of other players. I don't.
No, but in modern game, like it's less and less, right? It's a lot of like helter skelter, pace and power.
Yes.
So Odegaard is I find he is kind of different to that. He's more silky, right? But yes, he doesn't have, for example, like those long passes you were saying, lob. Like I never saw that, but he's good with through balls. So I just feel like he has enough skills to be more aggressive. That's what I feel.
Okay. And so then you would agree then he didn't have a excellent performance yesterday, right?
I thought he had a regular Arsenal game.
I thought so too. I thought it was just a normal Martin Odegaard game.
Normal Martin Odegaard, yeah.
I think in my opinion, the Norwegian coach is the one who won the game. Because at halftime, right, like he plays Sorloth on the right, which was strange because he's a striker. He's not super fast, but he gave Santos, like the Brazilian left back, quite a little bit of work. But they weren't creating too much opportunities going
in the first half. No,
At halftime, he comes in and he brings in Schlerdrup, which I'm familiar with, and Oscar Bob, who we've seen at Man City. And now they have two wingers that can control the ball, can invert, can come in inwards, right? And can cause more threat in between the fullbacks and the center backs. And like I think Norway looked much more how should I say comfortable creating chances in the opposition box, and how that the two goals came through. Like it was
Yeah, I didn't see anything from Brazil from 62 minutes
nothing
onwards.
Well,
Everything.
the pass from Vini to Endrick.
Yeah, right after that.
What was he thinking? Like, what was Endrick thinking?
Oh, no, he's 18, right? Like, so he got.
Dude, you're 18. You're coming in playing for Brazil. I don't care if you're 18. If you're old, If you're old enough, you're good enough. Like,
you're good enough. You're old enough.
Yeah. You came in ahead of João Pedro from Chelsea. So like,
yeah, no, I don't know what he was thinking. I was just gonna say, like, between that and at the very end when they just tried to, like, melee and force something.
Yeah.
And the thing about the Norway coach, right? They systematically, like, slowly they just took over the game. And I know, Endrick, he needs to score. He plays for Madrid. I mean, he's still contracted to Madrid, right? Even though he's on loan at Lille or something. Yeah. You were playing in Europe. You gotta score that. So I know that it's trying to. He's 18, but
yes.
But Nazario was like putting defenders on the floor at 18. Like,
it's not the same. It's a different generation. but that leads me to my next point, which was Carlo. So Igor, he brought in Igor Thiago, who had like miserable spell in that game against Morocco. I don't think we saw him again, as far as I remember.
No.
Right? He decided not to bring João Pedro. And then for this game, he took out Cunha and eventually had Endrick leading the front line, like at the very center. So like, I felt like with the enough lack of creativity in the middle, like I thought João Pedro would have been a good player to have on this team. So my question to you is, maybe not just this player, other player choices. I'm not even sure who they have picked for the fullbacks, but like, did Carlo shit the bed here? Because you and I talked about it. You and I thought the X factor would be Carlo. If this team went far, it was because of Carlo.
Yeah, the team was not going to go in.
The talent and the team cohesion was not there. So did Carlo fail Brazil here?
In a little bit, yeah. So I don't think he wanted to. I'm not sure if he actually wanted to bring Neymar. It was maybe the pressure of everyone. That's how, because he wasn't picking him.
Thought it was
I think he sacrificed two things. He made mistake, in my opinion. Right. First is like bringing on Neymar. Like I know I like, because I like Neymar. I also thought, like, for example, he should pick him at that time. But in hindsight, looking back how Neymar played and how Brazil looked imbalanced after he came on, and both games that he came on. So I thought that, okay, maybe Carlo's initial instinct was right. He should have probably stuck to his gun and just come without Neymar, right? And in that case, you would have seen João Pedro. The second thing is, like, not bringing João Pedro. Third thing is trusting stats too much. Like, which I don't think he ever done that, right?
How old would he be?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Messi is there at 38. Neymar can do it too. Like,
Stop.
What do you?
He's 34. You're saying Neymar 38 years old in 2030.
The thing is, okay,
16. He's been playing.
I know.
Wow.
But the issue is, the others didn't get kicked as hard as Neymar in his life. The Neymar, just because of his antics, he got kicked too hard.
Dude, why was he having that, like?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. You're losing. You're going out. The goalie just won the game for the other team, and you're going chatting shit. Well, not like you played like 30 minutes in the whole tournament.
I feel sorry for him, because he's the most talented Brazilian player we have seen since
the 2006 generation, right? Like,
yes, since that team.
Since Ronaldinho, actually.
Since Ronaldinho, yeah, that's what I was saying. And he's been part of teams that are getting worse and worse. He carried that team when he got that injury against Chile, like that.
Colombia. Yeah, man, that year they mentally shut the bed for some reason. And what's happened to their mentality? Like the older teams, You,
Actually, Neymar on a wheelchair will still be better than some other Brazilian players that we have seen. Like that
it's probably better than Martin.
But definitely better than Martinelli. I can tell you that much.
No, I know. I don't hate Martinelli. I'm just making fun because he plays for Arsenal.
Yeah. So you can't stop feeling sorry for him. But unfortunately, it's just.
No, but who's coming next though? Vinicius is not as skilled. I know that people kind of like him a lot. I always thought like just pure skill wise, Rodrigo is more silky, but he's injury prone. So Vinicius has the mentality though, like which Rodrigo doesn't have.
I think there's a big problem. I think
there's a huge problem.
I think there's a huge problem. I think in the past, if you think about it, when we were younger, not
they had like
this is not the History Channel, obviously, but when we think about the 2000, not 1994, but 1998, 2002,
2006,
right? Even all the way to 2014. I mean, 14 was
2010. 10
I wouldn't go past 2014. Definitely past 7-1. I wouldn't go there.
Yeah.
There was always a big difference. There was the European teams. They kept getting better and better in terms of system formations, tactical knowledge, right? Like that, most of the players would play there, and then you would counterbalance this with the South American teams. And the South American teams brought the physicality.
Flair.
I think Lukaku just scored.
Yeah, Lukaku started heading as usual.
That's finished. They would bring in the physicality and the flair, right? Like, and it was if there was the physicality came with the antiques and like the dark arts and all that, but especially the flair. And it was like the players that were technically more gifted than everybody else, and you can see them ball out, and it wouldn't matter if they didn't come with a plan; they would just win you games, right? Brazil and most of football these days has lost that flair because the players have been castrated, right? Like system based. So now that the Brazilians, the Argentina, especially Argentina too as well, like all the South American teams, as they lose that flair, that difference factor against European teams is pretty much now down to tactics and the European and the rest of the world, actually, not just Europe.
It's getting smaller, the difference between. Also, Argentina, yes. Argentina is also losing flair, but they're still kind of bringing players that perform kind of in a similar fashion. Or maybe it's just, we'll see actually. I'm not going to say anything until right now they still have Messi, right? So after Messi leaves.
For now, yes.
For now, yeah.
Once Messi leaves, we can already start talking about it, but I think they're going to be in a similar situation to what Brazil is going through right now.
Yeah. So the reason is, why did they? I mean, I don't know. Maybe Brazilian fans, if they're in the channel, they can enlighten me. I know that they've been trying to like the Dunga era or whatever, right? Like Dunga was kind of like anti-football, right? A little bit. Like I know he won the World Cup, but his years that he was coaching, like I think he was stifling out. They had a whole philosophy shift, right? Like not only him though, they were all kind of trying to go the European way of physical, tall midfielders, but not sacrificing what made them great in terms of like you still in 2003-4 you still had players like Robinho and stuff coming on, right?
Yes.
So what I think happened is they overemphasized too much on the thinking that because Europe had some success and everything, thinking that football was moving away from skills, which they have in a certain way. But what they didn't anticipate is that like it's not just the physicality. Yes, Europe moved away from the skills, but people like Pep Guardiola, they kind of stifle the dribbling, but they bring another form of beauty, ball possession, and like quick passing, tiki-taka and whatnot. And France,
they bring other ways to win you games.
They other ways of like progressive ball playing football, right? And then France, I guess France just got lucky because they had access to abundance of talents from an entire continent versus one continent.
so gifted with 3 teams, basically.
Yeah, basically. So France is an anomaly in the sense that they have both. They have the physical players, but they also have like physical players like Pogba and stuff, which were very skillful on the ball. Like they were dribblers. So they went in the same direction that Brazil should have gone. Like I think Brazil just needs to reset. Otherwise, the way they're going, it might be Italy 2.0.
I heard other theories about soccer academies and now to get into academies, you pay yourself in so that all the
Street
lower working
ballers.
class. Yes, all the players that came.
You
There was
cannot.
and I
Yeah,
think in South America, you're now losing that talent.
the talent. Yeah,
Which is a fair theory because that theory definitely exists in North America and US and Canada. Like you have to pay your way into like soccer academies as a kid and then eventually to college. Like so only the richer players make it, not necessarily the best players. Right. So
that's why you don't see the passion, maybe. I don't know. Like
I don't know. I think it's a mix of everything. I think definitely the system, like the flairness is being removed from players and the whole system, athleticism.
What's the government collecting taxes for? I mean, just if they're not investing in something that gave them so much success.
I don't know. They're gonna have to. They're already going. We've been going through a decline for a while. I think like Neymar now retiring.
Neymar was the last of the skill.
Yes. It will require just like Italy's probably going to go through it. Germany's still going through a whole,
Germany is weird though. They kind of had like success until 2014 and sudden drop off. I don't get it.
So anyways, just to wrap it up in Brazil, definitely not a good look. I'm not convinced that they're going to get better. Disappointing, but we're not, both you and I are not.
They need I'm not very shocked. I was just going on emotion that they're gonna win, but I told you like before Japan too that even if Japan beats them, it wouldn't be out of the it wouldn't be like super surprising, right?
Yes. For us, a World Cup without Brazil is not a World Cup. Like
I know
we've grown. Like Brazil is your iconic team. Like they're always there.
I know, and yeah, Brazil and I know that some of our friends disagree when I said that they're heading in the Italy direction.
They're definitely
heading.
It's just that South America is only so small, and there's enough teams for you to still qualify. But if South America was bigger, you would probably stop qualifying at some point.
Even if it wasn't 48 teams, Brazil would be playing the 5th round playoff against the other teams.
Yes, yeah.
If it was 32 team.
Anyways, so. Better luck.
But
what do we think? Because Norway is gonna play basically England. We'll talk about England right now.
Oh, we'll talk about it after. Yeah.
But do we see does Norway have something in them to go very far in this tournament, or do we feel just Brazil was just shit?
No. Brazil was shit, but also Brazil had enough chances to win. But they're playing as England, who actually, I know yesterday was an emotional game, but as a quality of the game, like England, what are they doing differently now that they didn't do with Gareth Southgate and we gave him shit? It's kind of still the same team, same way of playing. It's just they were more clinical. Yesterday was actually kind of emotional. So first half until Mexico scored, they were tactically okay in terms of absorbing pressure. Then Jude Bellingham, that we talked about earlier, mentality. We make fun of him, but we know that mentally he's an elite player.
He showed up. He had a great game for
he was amazing. Not only scoring the goal, but the goal line save or just it would be 2-2 before halftime.
It was a critical save. He showed up when need be. He did his role. We give him the praise.
Yeah, praise. So. Harry Kane. No, Harry Kane is Harry Kane. At this point, I actually I just watch England for Harry Kane. Otherwise, they kind of play very boring in general. Other than the 15 minutes against Croatia, this tournament, they were kind of boring.
He basically single-handedly won the game against Congo.
Congo was all Harry,
second goal.
King Harry Kane. No, so against Norway, if England does the same shit, if not, Norway can hurt them really because Norway's midfield is not passive though. The combination of Sanderberg, Odegaard, of course. I mean, I know they were shitting on him, but he's still a good player. Who's the third guy? I think he's another.
There's two Berg or Berg.
Yeah, no, the second Berg. I forgot his first name. With the Patrick Berg. He was carrying. Have you seen how he was ball carrying the whole time? A lot of the attack he started, and especially in last 30 minutes, all I remember was seeing him. I didn't see Casemiro. I didn't see anybody from the Brazil side.
He plays for Bodo Glimt, and he was running the midfield.
Yeah, yesterday, I actually want Sanderberg at Man United. I know that United fans want we want Matias Fernandez and all of this big name. I think Sanderberg is what we need.
Primarily proven.
Primarily proven. He is very good. He's been playing well for Fulham, and also
physical presence in the midfield.
If we go for a marquee signing like Chumeni, then you don't need a lot of players. You get Centerberg, which is going to be cheap and a big signing. Then you have, we will talk about this when we do season review.
Yeah.
But in general, I think Norway can hurt England if England doesn't get their act together. England is physically more fit than Brazil, probably, but I saw some of the people. They're right. I didn't notice until I started paying more attention. Saying Elliot Anderson doesn't pass forward as much.
In the game against Mexico, or in general?
No, in this World Cup, he hasn't been passing forward as much.
Then we're gonna forget about the goal, like the goals that we saw.
Other than Croatia, no, Croatia, yes, but yesterday, I think.
Yeah, like he had limited. I mean, England was rarely in possession yesterday, so
yes.
I don't. Okay, first of all, Elliot Anderson is not the guy to do forward passes. Like
No. He keeps things ticking, but they are saying some are saying England doesn't, like, in the midfield, they don't have somebody that kind of unlocks.
That starts, like, as a Morgan Rogers, they're not starting for England.
They're not starting. And there's Kobe Mino, he left out Cole Palmer. I know that he didn't have.
Oh, yeah, but Mino is on this. He would be another player that would have.
He would be another player that kind of, like, Mino kind of did well for a shit team.
Yeah, but what's the complaint here about Anderson in this team?
No, Anderson was that there's not enough forward passes, but you're right. Him and Rice are generally not the forward passers. They're just
it's not built with forward passing in mind.
No, exactly. So it may not be their fault. So it might be the tactical problem, right?
Or by design. I don't think it's a problem. Like,
yeah. So, but what I'm telling you is that, like, Gabriel was one of the best center backs in EPL this year. All right, and Haaland kind of like easily overpowered him. So unless England blocks the channels that feeds Haaland, he's gonna have a field day. I think he can easily overpower the English, like the center backs, if he knows the day, if he gets the proper delivery.
Gahey against Haaland.
Wait, is Gahey? No, yeah. Actually, don't they play for the same team together? So maybe they know each other.
Johnny Evans also. John Stones also plays.
But John Stones.
I think there's enough knowledge about Haaland in that England team to know how to stop him from an individual players. I think
from an individual player perspective, but I get what you're saying, and I think that's fair. That's probably what should happen.
Yeah,
but we have also seen England mentally.
I know. Okay, but okay. So speaking of mentality, right?
No, I was impressed with England mentally.
All those games we saw so far, obviously not in person, but on TV, of the Mexico team, especially is playing at Azteca.
What a stadium! Man.
These players are playing possessed.
They're possessed.
Like back when Russia was playing, was it the Euros at home? And like everybody's asking, are these on steroids? Because these Russian players
they're not
in their minds, right? So the same thing could be said about Mexico. Like, what are these guys taking? Because they were playing out of their minds. So
I don't think they're taking anything. It's the crowd.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the home field advantage, the Azteca, the moment, these Mexico average looking players, punching way above their weight. England did not look out of place. They defended very well. They looked all that pressure.
They actually looked. Actually, I don't know when was the last time I saw England as. They didn't look nervous, even with 10 men. Right. So
especially with 10 men, yeah,
it was
very impressive. Like, just so confident, like that they were okay. They could grind through it. They even got the penalty. Like,
I think England beats Norway.
If there was a test about mentality for this team, this was the game. Like, away, like the last time that an English, the last time that a non-Mexico, When was the last time that England beat a good team in a knockout stage? Because like in previous tournaments, we see them going through the final, going late, but they have easy runs. I don't think this was an easy game.
Last time, let me think. What did they beat? No, 2018 they lost to Croatia. 2022 they lost to France.
Like all I'm saying is like,
yeah.
Anytime England has gone far with Southgate recently, we always talk about them having easy runs, right? And not necessarily playing good teams. I think they beat Germany. That was probably the last team that they faced in a knockout stage recently.
That was in Euro, though.
Yeah,
I don't think that was
I'm talking international. I'm talking international.
I know. Yeah.
Right? Like, I thought this was a good test to find out, are they...
No, yesterday was very nice, very good.
Yeah.
If it wasn't I guess the red card is unfortunate. Kind of, it is a clear red card. There's like no doubt. Like,
it is what it is.
He's lucky that the other player didn't get injured. So,
yeah, who would they play on the right if Reece James is still?
Is he still injured?
Still carrying a knock. He's not fully fit. I think it's a hamstring problem. A hamstring. They're probably trying to PR it, but like I don't think it's looking good. So is it Dan Burn playing a fullback position? Like,
although I was wondering why they got Dan Burn, and yesterday I realized why he actually got him, because he was very good when he came on, and because Mexico tried to do whip it in a lot, right? Then
dude, that was so disappointing. Like, we saw a team that could create chances, keep the ball on the ground, could move in with 4, 5, 6 guys up front, play the inside channels. And in the last 15, 20 minutes,
they were whipping it in.
Whipping it in against players who are like a foot taller. Like
I know. Then it's funny. Once Tuchel put both Stones and Dan Burn, there was like no header. Yeah, game over.
Game over. They took out Quinones too, who was their most lively guy. The other guys couldn't even cross.
No, Quinones, I kind of understood. I think he wanted to put more height there, but then Tuchel reacted with even like more height. So
yes. Yeah, so credit to Tuchel. I think Tuchel had we talk about Tommy Tooks. We said this guy knows his shit. People may not agree with him, but like,
I don't agree with him. But he delivers.
Player showed up. Jude Bellingham, I'm still not convinced. However, like as a player overall, I think he's highly
he's great.
But yesterday he showed that box crashing, engine in the midfield, and ability to contribute with important decisive clearances, he stepped up. So like, credit where it's due.
Actually, how good was
the pace and power, that's really what won them.
Gordon was good too, in my opinion.
Good, smart one to get that penalty in. Like, it was an interesting combination because Tuchel usually went with Gordon and Madueke down the wings for like pace and power. This time around, he went a combination of Gordon, speed, Saka, more contained. And Gordon did his job.
Did Saka beat any player? He made...
He made
the first one.
That counter... Well, it was not a counterattack, but it was a counterattack because Rice picked up the ball, passed it to Bukayo. Bukayo did that little...
they did the 1-2 thing.
Over and across. I would count those people. Yeah.
Okay. So
dribble. Well, technically, according to SofaScore, 1 dribble, 0 success. But I still see that run for the first goal as...
Like it was a key run. That was good. Yeah. But in general, I don't know. What were we saying about the Arsenal gene that, like, other than Rice? Like, if you think about it, the Arsenal genes.
To be honest, like, I kind of want to, but at the same time, I don't.
Like, Martinelli misses like an open header, then Gabriel messes up.
So okay, I think
Odegaard looks busy. Like,
I think I know what you're trying to get at. I haven't seen a single Arsenal player in this World Cup that has come up doing effective things like that. I'm just gonna put it like that. I haven't.
Well, Rice, he carried the ball. Rice have been okay, I think.
Okay, so many other players carry balls. Like, I don't.
That's true.
He did have a good game. He did have a good game.
He had a good game.
Like so did Sander Berge for Norway. And
Sander Berge
people are not giving the same energy, right? So
no, because Sander Berge is not a glamorous name, and I don't want it to be a glamorous name. I just want to get him in our team, my team.
For all intents and purposes, when people talk about control, like, I felt Declan Rice yesterday. in his role gave more control to England than Odegaard gave for Norway. Like I'll put it like that.
No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Easy.
So like, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, like we always have to give a little stray for Arsenal. Just feels natural.
Fun,
just feels natural. Just feels natural. Yeah. Why are none of these players excelling? Interesting. Anyways,
so does that mean Arteta is an amazing coach?
I think that there's evidence to suggest that
it's
better than the parts.
Maybe something he's doing is working.
Maybe he is onto something. Maybe he is building something. Maybe he's making players look better than who they are. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe he does fix players after all. Well, Kai Havertz is still a bum. Next in line. I better not get copyright strikeout, but not like I'm monetizing or anything. But
Kylian Dictador, Kylian Dictador, Kylian Dictador, Kylian Mbappé, Kylian Dictador, el que manda en el campo, el hombre de fe, Kylian.
But every time this song plays, I just
I told you, right? Like, first time I heard this, I thought it was Arabic. I didn't make much of it, and then when I heard Kylian, I'm like, did they say Kylian? And then I started, oh my god.
No, it's English, but it's kind of said in the Arabic style, like nasheeds and whatnot.
I'm not a fan of AI slop, but when someone puts some thought into it and they build something that is so, man, it's so funny, so funny.
Yeah. No, to be honest, the Kylian Mbappe this World Cup, like it's been undisputed, like one of the kings. It's him, Messi.
It's his turn.
Haaland.
It's his turn.
Yeah, World Cup is his thing. Like there hasn't been a single World Cup where he doesn't perform as like one of the best players. Like he was 17 or 18 in 2018, and he was scoring in the final. Wasn't he the youngest player since Pele to score in final? Something like that.
Something like that. Something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Then last World Cup, he almost won it. Scored a hat-trick in the final. Then this World Cup, like keeps scoring. Like even yesterday, that was a good penalty. Paraguay is a very solid team.
Sturdy, like they were tough.
So we were right. It's just the first game didn't make any sense. Well, how could they? Because they then every game since that game they played exactly how they've been playing.
Yes. And that's why we always say the first game is not a representation. Like the first game is whatever.
Or maybe first game there's some deals going on under the table. Who knows?
We don't know. Like, but
we don't know. Right?
You have to wait and see multiple. And
they shut up shop with Turkey. Turkey had 35 shots. Couldn't score.
Germany lost on penalties. Right?
Germany lost on penalties. Couldn't score. Then the France had very hard time breaking them down, and it was a penalty that unlocked them. Really.
Yeah, a French team who had been scoring 3 goals.
Free flowing. They scored 4 on Norway. Although even though 10 players were subbed off, but still.
Yeah, but the group stage they were scoring 3 on average.
Yeah, they're scoring for fun. Who did France beat in round of 32? They beat Paraguay in round of 16.
They beat Sweden 3-0 in the round.
Oh, yeah. And that was comfortable. That could have easily been 7-0. Because there were so many saves the goalie was making, chances missed.
Terrible.
Yeah, Sweden, I don't know how they even... Okay, whatever. We talked about it.
We know. It was not by merit. Let's just say that.
But this France team, on form, should win it. I think... They're more fun to watch than Argentina. Argentina, what I like.
I agree.
They're more fun to watch than Spain. We'll talk about Spain after. I think just pure football joy. I like France, how they play. It's so incisive football, very progressive football. I know that there are moments they go defensive and they give the other team kind of chances to come back to the game, and that's how over the last 10 years the tournaments that they got knocked out is by doing that. The only time they got, I think, proper dominated, in my opinion, was against Spain in the Euros, then in the Nations Cup final. That was a bloodbath.
Yes. But yeah, having Dembele, Dembele didn't have a great game, but having just Dembele on the field with Elise, Mbappe,
Doué.
Yeah, Barcola,
when you have
Barcola, if he's ahead of Doué, but then you bring on Doué, then you bring on Shirky.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like so many options.
So many options. And they didn't even bring some of the other players who scores goals, like Ekitike. Then I mean, he's been injured.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Kamavinga didn't even make it. Who's a pretty good player.
But Mateta's on the bench.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mateta all World Cup. I think he's just chilling on the.
He played like charity minutes basically, like at the very end.
So this team is just like the way they move the ball, the way it's what I like. That's why we watch football in general, right? Like you don't want to.
And they weren't bored. Like that before, because under Deschamps, there was always very pragmatic and just trying to get the
maybe the dictator knows ball,
Like he I don't know, but at this World Cup they're playing much more loose. Much more freely. And like, I like Rabiot. Like you and I have talked about Rabiot, his ability to ball, supporting. Just like Messi and the Argentinian team plays
De Paul
in favor of Messi. Like Rabiot always is okay playing the side guy for the rest of the French squad, like, and it's important to have someone on the field.
It's funny that it's Rabiot, because when he was younger, he was more like seen as the trouble element in all the teams. Troublemaker, right? But I'm glad to see, because he always had skills. Adrien Rabiot was always highly rated in terms of skills.
Yes,
it was off-field stuff that was kind of impacting. But now him and Tchouaméni looks very solid together. Both are very good on the ball, press resistant, good passer of the ball. And when you have like Olise, Doué, Dembele, and Mbappe, right? You don't even need all four of them to play on their best. Even like if two of them plays, it's game over, right? So
that's right.
There's so much luxury. Yeah, this is the direction Brazil should have been going in terms of developing players, right? This is the direction Italy should have been going, given how many they had. This is the direction all teams should have been going. I don't know what they have been doing, so.
They haven't. Like that's the key.
The only two teams that are kind of going in our direction is France and Spain in a different way. They don't play like this. Their play is different. Yeah.
I think in terms of talent, I think Spain, France, and Portugal. I think they're all in the same bracket.
In terms of raw talent, yes.
Yeah, they are.
I would actually
players.
I wouldn't put England that far off. England is not there, but England would be in the next tier.
Yeah, just below them. Yes.
But what's it called? Yeah, but it also depends on the chef kitchen, right? Like,
well, I was gonna say like then the main team, but in terms of talent, they just have way too much compared to everybody else. Like easily make two good teams.
They have the good eggs. It's just only France and Spain are making good omelets,
Kind of interesting because France usually has the best chefs, Michelin restaurant.
Michelin.
Sometimes Spain has good chefs as well.
Yeah, no, Spain's good, man.
France will be playing Morocco.
Another team, man.
I think this was the end of the road. It just had to come. It just went.
No, I'm kind of the only thing is I thought 3-0 was kind of harsh on Canada. But other than that, like, man, we played well. We didn't park the bus. We played our game.
Yes, first half, wow. Like, nowhere in my dreams would have imagined that they could go toe-to-toe.
Toe-to-toe with Morocco.
Morocco was out of shape or they didn't look out of place, but Canada was trying. So, like, first half, very pleased with what I saw. But then, second half, quality kicked in.
I think maybe in the nationwide academies, we need to hire somebody like Romario or anything to just teach them how to finish the goal. Yeah. Because we have
Jonathan David is highly rated in Canada by Canadian fans.
Yeah, because
Canadian media.
By process of elimination, he's the best one we have. But that's by process of elimination. But you see, but
not just by elimination. Like, he's highly regarded. Like, people say, "Oh, he's the best player." Like, I'm not sure he's. I
think Alphonso Davies is our best player.
Exactly. I think Alphonso Davies is Canada's best player.
Yeah.
And best striker, I'm not sure, but is he reliable? Like, clearly not.
No.
Clearly not.
He is he kind of. I don't know if it's fair, but. I mean, because I don't watch Juventus week in, week out as much. So I don't know how he plays there because there's more support. But for Canada, it looked like he was kind of like Lukaku. Lukaku most of the times chokes under pressure. Otherwise, he scores like, he could score like 10 on you if he's not under pressure.
Yes.
He's like that, but without Lukaku's, finishing in good times. Lukaku in good times can always finish you off, right?
I agree. I think he does. He did feel the pressure, I think.
He in pressure time, he kind of, But to be honest, I don't want to criticize, because for us, it's like a journey, right? 3 years ago, we were like the World Cup first time in 36 years. Then we scored our first ever goal, and this World Cup, we're progressing.
We got our first wins. We got
first win. First knockout win. We have more knockout win since 2014 than Germany, by the way. Like, in case you didn't.
Wow. I need fireworks.
Because Germany was out in 2018 first round, 2022 first round, and this season round of 32. So they haven't actually gone out of round of 32 in 3 World Cups, and we are in round of 16.
Uncomfortable conversations. Oh my God. Then France, Morocco.
Oh man, it's gonna be it's the rematch of last year's semi. This should be in a semi-final, man. Like,
I think it might be a boring game. I see Morocco just sitting back. I'm not convinced they're gonna. I think they're just gonna show too much respect to France. I would love for this to be.
It's not gonna be England, Mexico.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
it's
wish
not gonna be
where one team is going all gung ho for the last, for the first half hour, or even for the first half, and then second half kind of calms down. Because if that was the case, I think both teams can go. It can be an open game, right?
No, I don't think it'll be open game. I was saying it's gonna be a great game from a tactical standpoint.
Yes.
Like how today was, to be honest. Kind of boring. Put me to sleep, but it was a great game of.
I think only one team played tactics. The other one.
Was vibing.
Played freaking Fisher Price. What's it called? You know how we were talking about countries like France. Actually, earlier, just about a few minutes ago, we talked about France, Portugal, Spain, still producing good talents. We talked about how South American teams are, because of several theories that we threw out, they're losing that edge over European teams. How about Morocco? Over the last, I'm going to say 6 years, has progressively, especially the last 4, progressively, the talent keeps getting better and better. These players are stepping up, they're becoming experienced, and they change coaches. And here they are, quarterfinals, and they're going to be playing head-to-head. How about that?
In my opinion, they have been more of a giant in the last couple of tournaments than a lot of traditional giants. They've had better records than Brazil, Germany.
Portugal, they've been better.
They've been better than Portugal, yes. Who else? Yeah, so that's like few traditional giants. Like Italy is not even in the conversation, right?
Better than Netherlands.
Better than Netherlands, yeah. So the only team that actually are better than them are like France, Argentina, and England,
with that edge.
To be honest, if they play England, I'm not sure England beats them.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
I'm not sure either. I think France might be one of the few teams that
can put it as a favorite.
Yeah, there's two.
That's why I wasn't too butthurt when Brazil tied with them. I'm like, yeah, Brazil is not the same Brazil, and this Morocco is amazing, right? So,
okay, so yeah, I would see it the same way. I think it's not a.
And Saibari is going to Bayern, right? So.
Yeah, did he pick up because I saw he was left. I don't know if it's a serious injury or.
I couldn't watch the game fully.
But yeah, he had to be subbed off with an injury. It says he's traveling with the team. It's crazy that players can sign for clubs during the World Cup.
What the hell, man?
What kind of conversations are happening at these hotels?
Why can't you wait 2 weeks?
What exactly is happening in those lobbies? What exactly is happening?
A lot of things.
Anderson for City, this guy for Bayern. Anyways, we'll see. I'm not sure. He's a big loss because he's been important, but I think Morocco has shown they have plenty of machinery to make it tick. So, speaking of machinery, how about this guy? How about this game? Just this game in general. I know they're going to be playing tomorrow, right? They play Egypt, Mohamed Salah. This game, though, Cabo Verde, what a beautiful story.
So impressed with Cabo Verde. Like they went against the world champion and probably the best player of all time, if not one of the, and his gassed up team who hasn't lost a game.
He's the best player we have seen in our generation.
In our generation, like, you know,
it's undisputed at this point.
Like, you know, for example, what's it called? Yeah, and everybody, I know that they're playing in MLS, Rodrigo De Paul and Messi, but still Messi is Messi. Most of the teams still play in the top teams. Most of the players still playing for the top teams.
Yep.
Teams in. And while Cabo Verde, like, isn't there goalie in second or third division? What division?
He had been released from the second division in Portugal. Yep.
Yeah. But he performed better than like many goalies on millions of dollar wages.
Played for the badge, played for that nation, made them proud,
And they doesn't like extra time losses don't count as losses; they count as draws.
Okay.
In official records.
Is this hockey now? Is this?
No, I don't know. What I'm saying is they're technically unbeaten.
Well, they also didn't win a single game because
they didn't win. No, but you were expecting them to lose like every game,
dude. Them going to extra time
against Argentina
in a knockout game in Florida when the whole stadium was pretty much Argentina.
Oh, Miami is like second Argentina, really, right? Basically,
like wow, and for
it's
them
like
to come twice falling behind, right? That pass from Licha to Messi, what a pass, what a control, what a finish. Then Martinez also banged that shot.
That goals by Martinez. I mean, those who watch him in United, we know that he can pull it off. Like,
yeah, but like also scoring though, like I mean, like great game. And then
Messi's corner. To be honest, though, I know they counted as an own goal, but the way he actually the corner, it was if it touched anybody, it's a half a goal. Yes. So Messi is still Messi, you know, like, you know, I mean, I don't know, we're running out of words to praise this guy. Like,
and then Lopes Cabral, like that goal pissed me off in a way because probably the best goal of the tournament.
Oh yeah, Cabral,
because of the David against Goliath factor, the fact that it was an incredible goal, like unstoppable. Like I don't think that corner you can stop, and the fact that Benfica bought this guy halfway through the season for pennies and sold him just before the World Cup for pennies. Like
you were mad?
Yeah, of course, because how'd you wait? First of all, we sold them. The profit we made is $1 million, and if you give in if you put in all the fees for the agents and everything, we basically didn't make a profit. Like we bought him for $6 million, December 2025, and sold him a year and a half later.
Why are this
6 months later for $7 million to Turkey? Right? Had you waited? They had to do this for bookkeeping.
You could get 15. You could get 15.
I'm not gonna get into it, but they had to do it for bookkeeping purposes. Had they waited for the World Cup, dude, this goal alone, this is 20 million. This is 20-30 million goal.
What a goal! Isn't that goal kind of look like the FIFA goals that people score from?
Dude, it's the goals that people score with average players, and it makes you break your console and your cubicle.
Yeah,
I mean, like it's. Anyways,
to be honest, first goal was also a pretty decent finish. Just go through the
great play, and
play.
Even the build up to the goal.
Right? And they could have scored another one. I mean, it was not like full chance, but there were like 2-3 half chances. So the way they played, I was respect, man. Like, you know, I thought Argentina was gonna run away with this game, right? I was expecting like.
I thought so too, but I think it was two things happened. I think Cabo Verde just played to the best,
like Mexico,
the best they could, like Mexico, yeah, like they really showed,
yeah.
And then Argentina probably a little
bit
just
too much quality.
Well, no, I was gonna say I think they probably underestimated how much Cabo Verde could fight back, and I think they kind of probably didn't leave third or fourth gear. I think there's issues in the team, but I don't think that Argentina was that serious in this game. I think
that might be the case. Also, Argentinian players were getting cramped out physically. I think Cabo Verde might have been better conditioned.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. We've seen teams struggle there in Florida.
Yeah.
So, okay. But yeah, France, Argentina, they still look like contenders, right, for this tournament?
Yeah, and after today, I would put Spain out there.
Well, let's get to it. Might as well.
Spain is gonna bore you to sleep, then sucker punch you. Like, that's Spain.
Was Spain that bad? Because I mean, I looked.
No, they were good. I'm just saying, like, they just kept suffocated Portugal out of the game, because initially Portugal started brightly, in my opinion. Then Spain systematically just took the air out. I mean, to be honest, the way Martinez been coaching, it's not like that big of a deal, but still, like, Portugal had good players.
Let's put Martinez to the side for now. Remember when we did our predictions for this tournament, we talked about Spain. One of my arguments as to why I thought Spain would be a contender, if not could win the tournament, was how De La Fuente prepares the team for the tournament, not just the group stage.
No.
The team is well drilled. Players understand the roles, and he can adapt as the games go on. He can correct mistakes or change things up. At no point, other than a few occasions in the first half, sure, at no point did I see the Spanish team out of place, disorganized, right? Even if some players didn't, like Pedri, Olmo, Baena, even Yamal himself, they didn't have great games. Oyarzabal was terrible up front for finishing.
He should have scored in the 7th minute. Like, you see that?
That was a miracle. I'm like, oh my God, we have the miracles from the Croatia game. They continue multiplying themselves, right? Like bunny multiplication into the second game. And I'm like, how many more like strikes of luck can we score here?
Yeah, you don't have luck. Like, for example, you need to take your chances. You're not gonna get finished. Then also you need to also capitalize on your luck. It doesn't.
You got it. So like at no point did I see the Spanish team.
They were in control the whole game.
I was going to say that because people think control is when you have the ball. I think that it is true to some extent. For you to determine the destiny of your game, you should have control of the ball, because the ball is what you can score with, right?
It's easier to control with the ball.
But you can still have a say in how the game goes by how you behave off.
Yeah, watch Jose's teams. That's how they control the game without the ball.
Yeah. So from the first to the second half, there was a big change. I noticed how the Spanish team was now pushing.
And also, one thing, the way they suffocate and press high up front, right? Even if they lose the ball, they don't really have to recover in their own half, right? They can actually recover in the other team's half, then recycle again.
Yeah. We will see once they start facing more brave teams, because I don't think Portugal is brave at all. They haven't conceded a goal, by the way. Like, this is their 3, 4, 5 games in this tournament. They have not conceded a goal. There was a lot of criticism of their back line, especially their center backs. 5 games without conceding a goal is not a coincidence. Of course, have you played strong opponents?
It's a title-winning defense.
Yeah. So, like, but what you said, I think, is you hit the nail on the head there. Even if they're doing the high press, and even if they're doing man-to-man press, and they get beaten off the press, they still don't look like all of a sudden that they're going to be vulnerable.
I don't remember looking Portugal breaking out in transition even once.
Nothing, but I think that was the deficit of Portugal. In the first half, there was a few opportunities where they picked up the ball from the midfield. They could have gone through, but they just were very poor. But like, it was far in between.
Yeah. Portugal was trying to play for the penalties, man. Which is such a shame.
I don't even know if that's true. I just don't know what they were playing for.
Actually, somebody said, I think it was one of the streamers, Rants, maybe I was watching. It's like, no, Portugal actually didn't. They tried to play, but Spain just humbled them or something. But actually, what do you for Portugal? I think you should tell us about your feelings, like your insight from the Portuguese side. Like,
nothing is shocking and nothing is surprising, right? Like we've been talking about this during the tournament as we've done these streams, and we have our own little monologue.
I mean, we said every time if Ronaldo plays, they're not winning.
Nothing has changed. So everything we've talked about, it all materialized again. I think for the first time in a very long time, I I always get my heart broken with Portugal. Like every time they go into tournaments, I always put the positive hat on, even if I'm one of the most pessimistic fans out there. I try to be realistic, but I tend to be pessimistic. For Portugal, I'll always create an exception, and I'll be like, whatever, man, let's just go for it. I think this was the first time in a long time with this tournament there was just way too much evidence leading up to it, where yeah, and I was like, I'm not gonna get my heart broken. So into this game, I'm like, I don't see them going through. I did not have an expectation. And as the game went on, and as they lost that game, I was relieved. I was not happy, but I was relieved that it has come to an end. So I don't have to watch this disaster, this train wreck, right? And what I was telling you before the stream started was, you would think that after a game like this, that you would feel better, like your adrenaline and your emotions.
Yeah, like the Mexico fans were probably feeling better. The team performed amazing.
Yeah,
it was
you'll feel much more loosey goosey.
Yeah,
I'm more pissed off as time goes by, right?
Because the team underperformed to the max.
Before I even get there, this team, we saw it after the game against Croatia. I was there, fortunate enough to be at the stadium. They had the homage to Jota. Every time they do the national anthem, they'll have the picture of Jota.
What a loss.
It is yes, rest in peace. And his brother.
Yeah.
My understanding was that this team, because of those tributes, and especially the tribute they did after the Croatia game, this team was playing for the nation, for themselves, but also with Jota in mind. It was a close friend of their team. After what I saw in all these 5 games and today, I am more pissed off because they should be ashamed of thinking they can pay tribute to Jota, one of Portugal's best strikers we've seen in the last 10 years. For you to come out and think that you're going to be paying tribute to him playing like this. You should be ashamed of yourself. And that really pissed me off today, the more I thought about it, right? Because I was thinking, like, who don't they have anything in them to play for? Because we said this before. I'm like, fuck the tactics, fuck the coach, have some pride and play. And I was thinking, play for Jota, right? You didn't play for Jota. You didn't do fuck all today, right?
They played for Ronaldo.
Yeah, I'm getting pissed off now, right? So to get to the game, I think for the first half, I think both coaches showed some respect. I think none of them decided we're going to do ball possession.
Spain led Portugal had more ball in the first half. Yeah.
Yes, back and forth. I think Spain looked a little bit more lucid and a little bit more dangerous in the build-up, with more intense, but didn't necessarily break through Portugal's defense, which was better than usual. I thought overall Ruben Diaz and Vega at the back were very solid throughout the whole game. In the second half, though, that's when things went to shit because Portugal sat back completely. As soon as we lost Nuno Mendes, I'm like, big trouble. We're in big trouble because Nuno Mendes locked up Lamine Yamal
whole
game. And Nuno Mendes is one of the most, if not the most threatening Portuguese player, which says a lot going forward, right? So I was losing that ability with overlaps and with whatever. And then defensively, I was like, if we had a chance, it's gone. I think Semedo came in. He did an okay job defensively. He did okay. Because I still didn't see Yamal cooking, right?
He had a few good moments, but it's not like the Yamal you expect, right?
Yes. Nothing special. Whether he's carrying or not, I don't care. If he's playing, if he's starting, I don't care. I assume you're good enough to play.
Yeah.
Didn't do much. But then João Felix, who was probably one of Portugal's best forwards in the first half, gets subbed off for Leão. Not surprised, because that's what Martinez does all the time. But
why didn't he sub off Ronaldo?
Why didn't he sub off Bruno? Bruno and Ronaldo were completely there was no Nuno Mendes. By the way, Nuno Mendes basically most likely having a muscle injury. That's mismanagement from the coach because he's had a really long season. Mendes has a record of injuries. He could have been managed and played less games, especially the game against Colombia or Uzbekistan. There were games there where they could have just managed his minutes well, but they insist on him playing. And against Croatia, he was just sprinting backwards and forwards, right? So him lively going on with a muscle injury, not surprised. Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo, completely gassed, doing fuck all, right? In a game where if you wanted to sit back and play counterattack, explain this to me, Syed. In a game where you decide to sit back, because that's what Martinez did in the second half, You then sub off Felix for Leão. Okay, a little bit more speed. You then at some point sub out Neto for Conceição. Okay, so you have two speedy guys in the width. You want to play counterattack, and you keep Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes in the middle. Bruno, who can't run anymore because he's completely gassed, and Ronaldo, who cannot help with the build-up. How are you supposed to play counterattack? And there's no Mendes, by the way, and no Cancelo.
Well, he's thinking about counterattack from 2018, like when Ronaldo was still running. Maybe that's.
But the ball doesn't even go through the middle, so Bruno is a non-entity. So I just want to understand.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what he was doing.
That's not tactics. That's just you're literally just leaving your favorites or whoever players get to play. You're just leaving on the field and then just doing these sprinkles.
Where is Gonzalo Ramos injured? Did he play? Did he come on at all? Like.
I can't find him. I don't know. What else?
The guy that scored the winning goal, right? Like
the guy that came in, who never gets a chance to play, came in, got you the winning goal in an incredible header in the Croatia game. Doesn't get a sniff when Ronaldo is just walking around doing slow motion step overs that leads to nowhere.
Yeah. The step over one in the first half to Ronaldo from 7 years ago, 2018 or 2019, he takes the shot first time. Now he takes like too many touches.
What is he supposed to do? Like, what is he supposed to do? It's such a disrespect to the player. Like, it's so disrespect, but not just him. It's to the entire bench. You see these players like dying on the field. Right? Forget the tactics and the lack of tactics, because like there's nothing there. It was just literally pass to the wings, but there's no overlap. Commit the players. There's no runs, no guns. Like the same shit that we've talked about. I'm tired of talking about all of this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
but then you leave Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo on the field. Like,
I think second half, I was like dozing off. I was trying to.
Why? That's why I'm relieved that we don't have to watch that again. I hope that this is the last time I see Ronaldo playing for Portugal.
Actually, what's wrong with since when a player is more powerful than your football federation?
Money talks. Money talks.
Like what money? The federation gets money because Ronaldo plays?
The Portuguese federation is broke. I mean, it's been very, very well documented. They're struggling with the funding. The government of Portugal is not necessarily a rich government either. So Ronaldo clearly brings in a lot of money to the federation, like just like Jorge Mendes does. That's why a lot of his players get a lot of playing time, right? Ronaldo, same thing. He brings a lot of money. It's not a footballing. It cannot be a footballing decision.
So are these players patriotic then, or because if you're a true patriot?
It brings me back to my first point why I'm pissed off, because I always blamed Martinez, right? And I still blame him. In fact, I blame the federation for hiring Martinez and keeping Martinez. But if things are not going well, why are all these players? Some of these players are Champions League winners. They've won domestic titles. They've won personal accolades. They've broken personal assist records. Why can these players say, F all of this? Let's just take it on and let's just win the game for Portugal, win the game for Jota, win the game for all the other players that are coming here and they don't get a chance to play.
Win the game for fans, like, it's been the golden generation, like, again. So, yeah,
it's another generation put to waste. I think Remy put it well in our chat. Like Martinez, he had a chance with the Belgian golden generation.
He fluffed it, and he fluffed it with Portugal.
Yeah. So, no more. He can't fluff it no more because he's officially out. He's not. Well, the expectations, according to the.
They said he resigned. Did he resign or did he get fired?
Like in the press conference, he confirmed. Well, he affirmed that it would be his last game, given that they didn't win. They were not going to win the World Cup. It didn't make sense for him to continue, which I'll get to it in a second. It just basically makes sense. But just before I get to that, the president of the Portuguese Federation, before the tournament started, said that the expectation was to win the World Cup, get to the semis. That was the expectation, right? All the players interviewed they said they want to go as far as possible, right? Like, which in between the lines was they want to win it all. I loved it. Semis, shoot, what is it, the term? Shoot for the stars and land on the moon, something like that.
Yeah. Shoot for the galaxies, land on the moon.
Yeah. Okay. Intergalactic. So And then after they tied against Congo, Martinez was like, "Well, we shouldn't be talking about winning the World Cup at the group stage. That's not the right mentality." Well,
what's the right mentality then?
Look,
France and Argentina start talking about, even like as shit as Brazil is, they start talking about winning the World Cup since qualifiers, right? So.
Because that's what big nations with big aspirations do. Right, that's the mentality.
Like even English fans are singing "It's Coming Home." Like
as they should.
There's like no evidence of that.
As they should. Every tournament they keep reaching finals.
They
have a better coach. They have a decent squad. Why shouldn't you aim for the stars?
Exactly, you should. Right. So yeah, I don't think coach downplaying kind of messes up the players' mentality in the game. I find.
Yeah. So
this is anti-mind game.
Your lack of mentality, your lack of tactical awareness. Like you were completely outclassed by a different coach today. Like
if a Real Madrid coach says something like that in the middle of the Champions League, he gets fired the next morning.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Like pound for pound. I was looking at this team, pound for pound. By the way, the Diogo Costa, our goalie, again, Portugal's best player in 4 of the 5 games. By the way. Like, is the goalie, right? Like, pound for pound. Diogo Costa or Simon? Who would you take?
It's tough, man. I think Diogo Costa,
We'll try to do it quick. Diogo Costa or Unai?
It's tough.
You can pick whoever you want. You can pick whoever. But I'll get to my point soon.
No, I think I'd go Unai Simon, but I would be picking Diogo Costa too.
Like you're having a hard time picking. No
problem. I have a hard time picking.
No problem. Okay. Pedro Porro or Cancelo?
Cancelo.
Okay. Ruben Diaz or Kubarsi? Actually, no. We'll pick. We'll try to do apples to apples. Ruben Diaz, Laporte.
Ruben Diaz.
Okay. Vega, Kubarsi. Actually, probably Kubarsi. Anyways, Cucurella, Mendes. Cucurella, Mendes.
It's tough, but what I've seen, Nuno Mendes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, the midfield between Rodri, Pedri, Vitinha, João Neves.
I'm picking Rodri, João Neves, Vitinha.
Okay, 2 of 3 basically, right?
Yeah.
Dani Olmo, Bruno Fernandes. I know you're biased, but like just from what we've seen over the years.
I mean, I'm gonna be biased with Bruno.
Okay, all right, perfect. Yamal is Yamal. You're not gonna pick
Yamal. Yeah, there's no.
Right, and then you have João Felix, Pedro Neto over Baena. I'm just saying, like, and then Ronaldo, whatever. But you could have Gonçalo Ramos instead of Oyarzabal. My point is, pound for pound, this Portuguese team individually is not
far off.
It's not inferior to Spain. And I would say if I were to pick a starting 11, there's probably at least 1 or 2 more Portuguese players than I have Spanish players. Right?
It'll be 5 Spanish, 6 Portuguese, something like that. You know?
Yeah, so you can't come out and be completely outclassed, outplayed, like out-tacticked, all the terms, right? And still expect to keep your job. So the Federation said the expectation is the semis. You get like knocked out by Spain without tactics. You should have lost against Colombia. You could have lost against Congo, right? And you were lucky enough to get through Croatia in regular time, right? Because that VAR decision was sketchy, right? Like, so yes, he said it doesn't make sense for me to continue because if we don't win the World Cup, I shouldn't continue. Like, F off. Like, you said it was not the right mentality. So what do you mean you should not continue? You are getting fired, my friends. Like, you are getting fired, and you should not return on the same flight with the Portuguese players. You should be left in Dallas and figure out how to
how Uruguay Federation left.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I would do the same thing with everybody on that field, except the bench play. The players on the bench that didn't get a chance to play, they can fly back on the charter. Everybody else stays on that field, except for Nuno Mendes, Diogo Costa,
Ruben Diaz,
João Neves. Because all those 3 players, João Neves, Nuno Mendes, and Diogo Costa, in every single game that I saw, I think they did all they could, and more, right? Like so. See, now I'm still more pissed off than when we started. Because now as I think about it, right? Like, so it's you don't want to play through the middle, so you prioritize the wings. But then the wingers and the fullbacks don't do overlaps. The wingers don't take on their players. And then Ronaldo is not in the box to get those balls. Because at some point, Ronaldo was just doing step overs and dribbles on the sideline. Like, he wasn't even in the box. Bruno Fernandes is a lost cause because Bruno was doing his grenade launching.
Yeah, the grenade launching works for when you have a runner. You weren't running, so
yes. So what's the point? Like, there's no logical sense to any of this. Like, and what's the point of perpetuating this? Just end the tournament, finish here. I'm glad it's over. You can all go home. Martinez is going to be walking out, and they can find the next coach.
Who is going to be the next coach? George Jesus?
I mean, of course, as you could guess, as soon as the team ended, all the main newspapers are already targeting the next coach. I think like they're going by process of elimination. I think agents are also kind of like pitching in. Mourinho, obviously not the case because he's already at Madrid.
If he wasn't in Madrid, it would be him.
Well, like if he has the say to not call up Ronaldo, I think he would probably take it. I don't think it would be a good thing because I just don't see Mourinho going to I just don't see Mourinho coaching a team anymore to win big tournaments. I just don't see it. But yeah, Jorge Jesus right now is, according to the papers, the number one. I think a lot of this is agent talk.
Why did you bring back Carlos Queiroz?
That's what Remy was saying. Like, no, man. Like look what he did with Ghana. He did the same thing he did with Portugal for years. Just sit back, like, defensive, and then hope for something in the last 5 minutes. Like, I'm done with that, man. Like,
how about Nagelsmann?
Dude, another fraud. Like, I don't.
No, but
frauds. I'm done.
At least he's gonna unlock your attack, though.
I'm done with frauds. I don't need bold or hair.
Get it, Southgate.
HH asked me that on the stream the other day. My answer was based on what we've seen with
Ruben Amorim.
No, stop. No, it can't be Ruben Amorim because Ruben Amorim needs what? He needs 3 years with his own players to have his own tactics. You don't get that time in international.
Yeah.
So my suggestion was follow the Spain De La Fuente route and go with Rui Jorge, who used to be a left back for Portugal. He coached the under 21s and under 23s for Portugal. Up until like 2016 or so. Like, he has some experience. I would just bring him in. I would just bring him in and see what he can do. Like, that's just, like he coached the under 21 team for like 15 years, I think. Like, crazy time. I think he left 1 or 2 years ago. Just follow that. See how it goes. He was a former player. He has coached international. Just because you coach club teams doesn't mean you can coach international teams, right? Like, we've seen that. So no Nagelsmann, no hipster shit, man. Like, just regular coach, no pressure. Someone that can.
I have a manager for you.
I'm all ears.
He's Norwegian. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Okay, dude, it's not serious. I thought you were gonna be serious. You know what? Actually, you know what? Who I would.
He would hype them up and like,
no, because it would just be Ole Ball. Like, I don't need Ole Ball with Ronaldo on the field. Like.
Oh yeah, he's another Ronaldo.
Yeah,
fuck.
So I don't need. No.
No, I was joking. I was just making fun.
I would bring in the
Ten Hag.
No. Again, I can't have coaches that need players for like years to make something happen. Bring me the Cabo Verde coach, please.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, like, the way they played, fearless. That's what Portugal needs. These guys look like they were shackled by chains.
Give him the Cabo Verde team. I just need attacking football. I don't care if we lose because we're attacking too much.
Well, Nagelsmann is attacking though. Like,
no. If he was attacking, he would have not gone out against Paraguay 1-1. Stop it. Or almost lost to Ivory Coast, right? Because they came back. Like, no. Like, get me the Cabo Verde coach. What's his name?
What if Scaloni leaves Argentina?
Bubista. Pedro Leitão Brito, also known as Bubista. Give me Bubista. Who was the other guy you were saying?
What if Scaloni leaves after the World Cup?
Bring me Scaloni. Bring me Scaloni.
Yeah,
as long as you bring me a coach with either no pressure, but like no background, like the stuff that we talked about, none of that. And that coach is not calling up Ronaldo.
Oh, he's not gonna call up Ronaldo. He'll be like,
you know what? Forget what I said. Bring me any coach that doesn't bring Ronaldo. How about that? Let's just start with that. Because right now they come hand in hand. That's why Fernando probably lost his job, right? Like, so just start with that.
Massimiliano Allegri.
Bring me Allegri. Bring me Cannavaro, who is coaching
Uzbekistan, yeah.
As far as I know. Like, bring me
Or-
Ronald Koeman if he gets fired by the Netherlands. I don't care.
Or whoever the Colombia's coach is.
Or even the upcoming. Isn't it a Argentinian coach right now?
Colombia? No, that's the Ecuador.
All South American teams are coached by Argentinian coaches.
Yeah, man, it's
except
probably
Nestor Lorenzo. He's the coach for.
Wait, I thought it's the Ecuadorian coach who was Argentinian. No, Colombia too.
He's also Argentinian. Yeah.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, the Nestor Lorenzo. Yeah, he's Colombia's coach. He's Argentinian. And then Sebastian Becaseche. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. He's Argentinian. Yeah, dude, they're everywhere. He's got a weird face. I'm not gonna.
He looks like I don't know, man. He looks weird. But man, Ecuador actually did what they're supposed to do. Qualified for the second round, had a good tournament, went home. Yeah,
dude, I'm reading the quotes from Martinez when he was asked why Gonzalo Ramos on the bench.
What did he say?
Dude, I think I'm gonna punch a hole on this drywall. Like
cubicle moment.
This is a cubicle rage moment. He says it's something very easy to explain. Physically, Cristiano was capable of playing all of 90 minutes. He opens up spaces. He adapts well to situations. It's very important to have someone like that in the box.
So he's basically saying all the attributes that Gonzalo Ramos have, but just saying it with Ronaldo.
Maybe in extra time, it would have been a good idea to have Gonzalo Ramos. But today's strategy was not that. Dude, I'm about to punch a hole in the wall. By the way, I'm not mistranslating. I'm literally, this is as direct as I can translate it. Today we needed possibilities to stop Spain's offense, and it wouldn't make sense to.
And Ronaldo is known for tracking back.
Strikers.
Ronaldo is known for defending, tracking back. You know.
Rafael Leão was the best player against Croatia. The last time he played 90 minutes was a while back, so we needed to protect him. But you didn't protect Nuno Mendes. Okay, no problem.
Wait, the players who doesn't play 90 minutes needs more protection. The players who've been playing like 180.
Correct. And then the players who score you goals, they have to be benched on behalf, in favor of players that are not physically capable. Of
Remember what did there was one time Benzema was saying like he's playing against us to some player or something. Was it to Vinicius?
Was it Madrid beef that was going on?
Yeah. He's playing against us. Martinez is literally playing.
He's literally a double agent. He's literally this is sabotage, like 100%.
This was sabotage. He wanted his country to go through.
This has nothing to do with criticism. I'm not disappointed in the performance. We wanted to reach the final. Oh, you wanted to reach the final. You liar. You bold fraud. You bold fraud. We wanted to reach the final. That's not what you said in the group stage. You lying bold fraud. Oh, dude. Tomorrow I am doing a emergency stream tomorrow.
7-hour emergency stream.
Did I read that? We wanted to reach the final, and I'm extremely proud. We played against one of the favorites, and we created discomforts at times. But when we didn't score goals, we ran into risks. We have already played against France and Spain, Germany. We won the Nations League. Nobody gives a F about. Look at our journey with pride. The result today was not what we wanted, but that's what happens in tournaments like this one. You know when coaches just say a bunch of nonsense? You know it's the end of the road. I think that's
I've been experiencing that in the club level for the last 7-8 years, right?
So I just he cannot catch up in his own lies and his own web of the wound. So now they wanted to reach the final.
Why don't you get? Is Marco Silva coaching any club?
Benfica signed a contract with him. He's Benfica's coach. You know what? I'm actually happy that we got Marco Silva. I don't think Benfica is going to go anywhere with Marco Silva because of Rui Costa. But if there was a coach for Portugal, again, I know club can't translate, but Marco Silva got Fulham to play good football.
Yeah, Fulham was good.
I'm sure he would have gotten with the language too.
Or you could get Nuno from West Ham.
Dude, I already. I've had Queiroz and Fernando Santos playing pragmatic defensive football and wasting all these Portuguese teams for decades now. I can't have another. I just can't have that. Bring me Andre Postecoglou, which, by the way, he signed a contract with Al Nassr. I didn't even know this until today.
Get Andre Postecoglou. He's gonna have like amazing football. I don't know if he's gonna win, but
Ronaldo's new coach, Al Nassr. Dude, I cannot believe he said now they wanted to reach the final. What a lot! You bold fraud. You are a bold fraud.
His only achievement is winning that, which was amazing. Winning FA Cup with Wigan, right?
20 years ago, 15 years ago.
It's 2013, I think.
Who cares?
But since
Leicester won it and then they got relegated, it's like
since then, he's had probably the best team Belgium ever seen. That team had like Eden Hazard,
Kevin De Bruyne,
Lukaku in prime,
Courtois.
Courtois. What's the other guy?
Not Tielemans. Witsel.
Axel Witsel. Tielemans was just still young. Then
Castagne.
Vertonghen.
Company.
Vincent Company and Vertonghen, And who was the other center? I'm forgetting. Not just Jen Vertonghen. There was Company and there was who was his partner?
Hold on.
Forgetting the name.
Yes. He played for
Spurs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't go to bed now. I need to remember this. I know who you're talking about, the blonde guy.
Yeah. Let me find it. Give me a sec. I think he played in the 2018 World Cup.
There was Vermaelen, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
Thomas Alderweireld. Toby Alderweireld. What a team he had. Fellaini.
Milone was the back.
They had Fellaini, man. They had Fellaini too. I know that they had also, what's his name?
I have it here.
Yeah. Put the team against that beat Brazil in 2018.
Well, I don't know if this is the team, but this is what I have here.
Holy.
Actually, no. Yeah. No, there's Doku here, but there's. Actually, no. Hold on. Kevin De Bruyne, the Donker, Hazard, Meunier, Tielemans, Axel
Carrasco,
Chadley, who played for Spurs.
Nasser Chadley.
Dude, stop. Some of these players are much more recent, Doku, but
no, it's. I think it's between the two generations they're putting.
Okay, but we were.
Yeah, you had Toby Alderweireld, you had Vincent Kompany, and you had Jan Vertonghen with Yannick Carrasco, right? That's a very good defense. You have Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard in the midfield with other side players like Axel Witsel, and also you could put in Fellaini there when needed, and you had Lukaku, Benteke, right? That team should have won a Euro at least.
Dude, Batshuayi.
Miki Batshuayi.
Dude.
So he performed so well with the Belgium golden generation that Portuguese FA wanted to hire him for it.
What? I mean, hindsight 50, but the problems were there since the qualifiers. It was not getting better. So for the Portuguese Federation to just think that it would get better, I think yes, man.
Didn't people were saying the same thing about Ronaldo in the 2022 World Cup? That's 4 years ago.
Well, you've known me for years. How long have I think since if I speak, I'm in trouble. He's been a problem for Portugal for quite a while. Just scoring 3 goals against Spain on a 3-3, or scoring against Hungary 3-3. It's not good.
Uzbekistan, brace against Uzbekistan.
Yeah. I'm back against Uzbekistan, and then after Croatia, you say step by step. What was today then? You're back from where? And where was the step today? I can't find the step. Step by step. What do you mean? Okay. I think I do feel better in terms of projecting my anger, but I'm actually angrier at the team now. The more I think about it, like the more I think about it. So I appreciate the safe space to vent. So we have to. It's already 11:10. We have to round it up. But basically, for tomorrow, Argentina, Egypt. What do we think? Mohamed Salah.
He might score, but do you see Argentina not going through?
I don't see them. I don't see them fucking around. I think Scolari probably
Scaloni.
Sorry. Pull their ears. I don't think they're going to dick around.
No. I think the game could be tight if Egypt has their game plan, properly, if they can execute. But Argentina too strong. Okay. Barring like a miracle, I don't see Egypt winning anything.
Yeah. Salah's last game for Egypt at the World Cup, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they can score maybe one goal. Go out.
Yeah. Okay. And then Switzerland, Colombia. That should be interesting.
Because Switzerland, both are defensively pretty solid.
Yeah, Colombia's looked good in defense.
Yeah. Colombia it's hard to beat that team. So is Switzerland.
Switzerland looks very organized.
Yeah.
Like that Professor Yakin, he's got them all well drilled. I'm excited to see some of those players. Diaz was not good against Ghana. Against Portugal, he was not good. So I'm hoping he has a good game.
But against Portugal, though, they should have won. I don't know if it's
Diaz did not have a good game, though.
No, not Diaz. I'm talking about in general. As a team, they played well.
I hope they play attacking football like we've seen them. And same thing for Switzerland. I like that guy Manzambi. He plays forward for them. I like him a lot. So I hope it's a free-flowing football. None of this defensive locked-up shit. And then we'll have France, Morocco, Spain, Belgium. Spain, Belgium might be a stinker, but I think I don't know. These Spains might be tight, but Norway, England. I'm hoping that game is going to be a cracker.
Yeah. No control. Just go end to end.
Yes. Okay. Any last thoughts before we depart?
No. This World Cup has a lot of goals, man. I don't know why that's happening, which is good. I don't think in the history, did we ever have 3 players score 7 goals?
No, I think it's first time. I think first time that we've had in the same tournament 3 players with at least 7 goals.
No, but I think there was a 1950s World Cup where there's a lot of goals. But that back then you play like 5 games.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. Well, like now they're playing more games, right? There's 1 extra game technically.
But also now you get the chance to play. The difference between you and the teams you play is bigger. Like
yes.
But Messi has been scoring in general. I mean, maybe they didn't get to play the top European teams, but he's been scoring at decent African teams. Same with Mbappe scoring as European, and Haaland scoring against like the top 5. Holy shit!
Yeah, and Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So it's like Harry has 6, but technically it would be at least 4 players with 6 goals.
Harry Kane, though, I don't know if he can keep up because some of his goals are penalties. The other thing is, Harry doesn't have the supply line.
He doesn't get as many.
Even because even Norway has a better supply line than I think.
Yeah, he doesn't get as many.
He does. Even he creates his own thing.
Even though he does a lot of crossing, unless it comes from a cross, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
There's nothing through the middle. He doesn't get anything behind him. He's the one doing that for his players.
Yeah, actually, in the Qatar World Cup, there was only 2 players that had at least 7 goals. In fact, Kylian Mbappe with 8 and Messi with 7. The next were players with 4 goals. So, like, we already have 4 players.
We have Vinicius with 4 goals. We have
it was Bellingham with 4, Dembele with 4, Kylian with 4, with 4. So, like, in terms of goal distribution, like I think the last World Cup had more even distribution. This tends to get pushed to the same players, but it's all the star forwards that are.
Yeah. No, this World Cup has been good in that sense.
I don't see Ronaldo here. Interesting.
We didn't have Ronaldo has 3 goals actually.
Okay, but what if I told you that he has only 1 knockout goal and it's not even from open play in his
career? Yeah. And that was the penalty against Croatia.
I don't fully blame him for that, because playing for Fernando Santos and Carlos Queiroz, you're handicapped. But unfortunately, the numbers are the numbers.
Yeah, Haaland has more knockout goals than Ronaldo.
Yeah, I don't think Haaland played for worse teams than Portugal did. Sorry, he didn't play for better teams that Portugal had. So it is what it is. Okay. This was a great talk. I'm going to close shop here. Sorry, end of night. Time to go to bed. Hit the hay. Thanks for joining. I don't think we have anybody listening to all of our nonsense, which is okay. But we did have a few viewers. We did have a few viewers along the way. So if you are catching up with this stream, thanks for watching until the end. On your way out, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're brave enough to listen to our nonsense. And we will continue watching and enjoying this World Cup, and we'll come back for another round of reviews whenever that time comes.
Yeah.
All right.
Funny.
Have a good night.